Hey guys, Ovan here. Yeah, I know it's been a minute since I made a video, a couple months. I just haven't really been motivated or had the time I wanted to make them. But we're back today with another one, so quit your whining. Anyway, if I sound a little funky today, I'm just getting over the Rona. Don't worry, it was a really mild case for me. Pretty much just like sore throat, weakness, cough, headache, that kind of stuff. So if I sound a little froggy or funky, that's what's going on. So, accompanying me this morning, I got a lovely cup of Earl Grey loose leaf decaf tea. That's a mouthful. My favorite, and it's got a spot of honey and a spot of tea in it. Spot of milk. Put your guns down. I'm American. I'm British, and what are you guys? I'm from Pennsylvania, so legally I can use this accent. Okay, whatever. Anyway. So I'm doing a different kind of video today. It's sort of a combination of the ones in the past. I'm doing something new, something I modified pretty minorly actually, and something I made. So a combination of the knife making videos and also Mod Mania and my overview kind of videos. So you get a little bit of everything today. I think it should be a pretty fun video. So starting off, let's get going with this guy. I'm sure if you're anybody in the knife world, you've seen or know what one of these are. This is a full-size Microtech Socom Elite. This one was made in 2021, one of the new ones. The new batch with M390 blade steel, DLC coated blade, and satin flats, and the handles are also DLC'd aluminum. So this one you guys saw probably in my collection video if you've seen that, my update for 2021. And this one I re-drilled for tip up. Yes, I did that right. Pretty much the ergonomics on it were pretty nice with it in the tip down configuration. Everything else I have is tip up. So I didn't see any reason to keep this the same way. It was really not that big of a deal. Just grabbed I forget which tap thread size it is. You can message me if you'd like to know. And just drilled through the side there. I didn't even disassemble it. Just slapped it right on a block of wood and slap that in there. Pretty much there's a back spacer that you might run into if you get too high up. That's why it's kind of a lower carry. But it works pretty good, and I like it a lot better. This thing's got a nice strong D10 on it. So I'm not worried about it, popping out. I think that was one of the reasons why they had it tipped down, is because they were worried about it, having it be tip up, having it come open in somebody's pocket and them reaching in, getting cut, that kind of thing. But that's a discussion for another day. This is a really pretty big knife. I really enjoyed the size of it. Fits maybe a little bit bigger than like the Zon and XM18 knives there. But really good tactical kind of size knife. Cool flow through back spacer. The handle scales meet there in the back, which is neat. It's got a super tactical glass breaker on there, which is cool. So this one these are kind of hard to find. I got this one through the first responder program that Microtech does. Pretty much if you're military, law enforcement, or first responder, you can buy these knives at a discounted price. And you custom order them. You send in your credentials, they verify them, and then you can have the option to purchase these. So I've been, first responder for like 7 years now or something, so I am eligible to buy these. So I got this at a discounted price, didn't pay full retail on it, so I didn't have any problem drilling holes in it and having fun with this. So that's kind of something new, and also something I modified. Here's another thing that I modified. This is my XM18 3.5-inch Bowie stonewashed with the Crine regrind on it. Super cool. And I put this smooth titanium scale on it. I had G10 on it previously, and I like the all titanium a little better. It's just more uniform, both sides. And I had black screws on the clip and whatnot, and I wound up getting rid of those in favor of the satin. So that's that. What's really cool about this one is the scales are pretty hard to find in the right, like the stonewash version. So this one was a anodized one, I think battle bronze maybe, and then the show scale was battle blue. And so pretty much I just stripped the anodizing off of them, and now they match, and then re-stonewash them, so they got their own, stonewash finish. And I didn't have to find one that was, the perfect match. Another thing that's cool about this grind regrind here, if you look up here, he actually touched up the swedge too. That's just a little piece of junk. But he made the swedge like near sharpened. And you can see that grain pattern there. So there was, weight savings from there, and also weight savings from this really nice deep hollow grind that he did. So actually, and with the show scale on it, now the smooth one, the acoustics on it are awesome. It feels like a totally different knife because the blade's so much lighter. Oh, sorry, that was a bad deployment. But it's a much, kind of like a higher ting when you flip it out. It sounds totally different, and the whole action feels different. I didn't get another XM18 to show you guys the difference, but it's like a totally different XM18, and by far my favorite one right now, favorite Rickinder knife I have. So that is super cool little mod, not a crazy mod, but made this thing like a totally different knife to grind regrind with this scale here. So there's that guy. I'm gonna grab a sip of tea here. Open these guys up for some interest. So we've done something new, something I modified, and now something that I made. So this is a little fixed blade knife that I made. It looks pretty on par for what I've been making. This is Kydex here. This loop, basically you loop around a belt loop or around your belt. You drop the sheath through it, like without the knife in, and it, cinches tight, and then you just slide it in your waistband. So this is the EDC setup, but wait, this is a titanium knife. So this knife is made, the stock is entirely titanium. The handles have this blue-black G10 that I have added some traction to it. It's got 2 black G10 pins through it. Nice big lanyard tube. Chisel ground blade with satin on this side. I gave a little bit of a guard there. And this knife is designed to be a dive knife. So as you can see here, the other side of the chisel ground blade has this carbidizing on it. This is done by Voltakis on Blade Forums. I sent it out. Pretty much this is carbide that he put on there with electricity. I think this is either tungsten or titanium carbide. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. They're about the same. But this is super high HRC grit that you put on there. So titanium in itself is very soft. But the benefit of it is it literally will never rust. I can leave this thing in salt water and it will never rust on me. But that carbidizing, you guys probably already know this, but that carbidizing basically makes it so you can put a edge on there that will have any sort of edge retention. So I ground this very thin behind the edge, and the initial edge that I put on it was kind of unstable. Like it would roll over really easily because titanium is so soft. So after I did this, or I got this carbidizing done on there, it sharpens kind of like a regular knife now. Like the edge holds, doesn't roll anymore, and I was able to get it sharper. And the theory is, as you cut with this thing, it actually wears away titanium on like this side of the blade, and it will leave the carbides. It'll keep exposing more and more of the carbides, and so this thing actually will get a little bit sharper with use. So this is a really cool dive knife slash EDC knife. Honestly, if I was making it solely for EDC, I would not have used titanium, but I sort of made this with that in mind. The idea behind this, another thing is I don't think, since I use G10, there's no ferrous metal on this. I'm pretty sure this thing will go through some bad, like, metal detectors, like the ones that, like most shows and, you know, sporting events and stuff, the kind of crappy metal detectors. This one should not set those off. So just another little added cool thing about this. There's nothing in the sheath either. These are brass brads there holding it together. So yeah, I've been diving for, I don't know, a while. I think I have like 40 log dives or something, which really isn't that many. I don't know how long I've been doing it, for a long time. I think I was like 16 when I started, maybe. But all the knives you usually see are kind of, you know, they're plastic, nothing fancy. Sometimes they're titanium. And since I've been making my own knives, I figured, hey, what the heck, might as well, you know, try my hand at a dive knife. And I'm super happy with this. So pretty much the idea of this is to, you know, be there to cut things like kelp and fishing line, to help prevent entanglement primarily. Secondary, and I almost don't even want to say this, is like defense against, you know, predators, which, you know, a little dive knife's not going to do anything. That's hardly even a use for it. But technically, I'd rather have this than nothing if something's coming at you. You know, I've already had, you know, eels and stuff come at me pretty hard, you know, while we're hunting. So it's always good to have at least something with you, you know. And so for this guy, I'm going to make the actual dive sheath for it. This is just more of like an EDC style sheath. I have bought this guy, which is a big neoprene calf boot. So basically I got to make a sheath that the front end will hold in there, and it's going to have loops to loop into the webbing up top. And then it will sit right in like that on my calf. So that'll be, you know, a project for another day. Usually what I'll be carrying is something like this, like trauma shears, which honestly works better. But, you know, 2 is 1, 1 is none. That's the mantra right here. I've gone through advanced open water and the rescue diver courses, and that just seems to be something that keeps coming. You know, it's redundancy. You know, you're never gonna, you know, be entangled and be like, gosh, I'm so glad I only brought one knife, you know. So I'm gonna be carrying trauma shears and also this guy once I get that sheath made. I might make another video. Ooh, hey now. I might make another video once that sheath's done, and maybe, you know, testing it out. But it's really cold here in Pennsylvania, so I'm probably not gonna be doing diving here for, you know, next couple months. So there's that guy. I'm gonna do some cutting with this guy, see how the edge holds up, sharpen it some. We'll see. Some of the reasons for the design, I want it to be the last design I made finger grooves for it, and this one I purposely didn't, because with gloves sometimes you're gonna be wearing like thick gloves, neoprene gloves for diving, and I didn't want to be constricted or have to plan for both sizes. So that's why I left it a pretty neutral handle. This patterning on here is for traction, works really well, and also helps secure the blade in a sheath. And yeah. Another thing, this when I was making this, you can see the finish. There's like a couple little dots on there. That's actually titanium that sparks that got like kind of welded into the finish, which is a little bit funky. So that's just something I learned. When you're doing your finish pass, you gotta tape up anything that, you know, you don't care about, because titanium is definitely softer than steel. So yeah, that's just something I learned for future reference. So that is my little dive knife. I'm sure you guys will see that again. I guess that's all I had for the video. Yeah, eventually if I make enough money making knives, which so far it's only cost me crap loads of money, maybe eventually I'll become a stripper, but that's probably not for a long time. We'll see. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.